Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I help people with insomnia who are frustrated that nothing seems to be working to get the sleep that they need to overcome that insomnia. So make sure you click that subscribe button down below so that you keep receiving more videos with more tips and more steps on how to overcome insomnia so that you can start implementing them today and start on your path to recovery. So there are 3 myths that we're going to be talking about today that can be keeping you stuck from overcoming insomnia. I'm an insomnia coach and I had to learn these myths and what is keeping me stuck as well on my journey, and I've helped my clients figure out what is keeping them stuck so that they could overcome insomnia as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the first myth that is keeping you stuck with insomnia. The first myth is that you need to get out of bed when you can't sleep. I'm sure by now you have heard that rule or that guideline with the sleep hygiene people and the sleep experts who are trained in CBTI. They teach you that if you go to bed and you haven't fallen asleep in like 5 to 10 minutes or 10 to 20 minutes, that you are supposed to get out of bed. And then you're supposed to get out of bed and do something relaxing, maybe reading, stay off the electronics, meditate, whatever it may be, something relaxing until you're sleepy, and then go to bed. And then the same thing applies after 5, 10, or 10 to 20. I can't remember which one it is. You're supposed to get out of bed if you haven't fallen asleep again, and you're just getting up and down all night. And I remember those days. Oh my gosh. I got so sick and tired of getting in and out, in and out, in and out, back and forth. I felt like a ping pong ball because I was up all night, and it was so frustrating. And I'm guessing that you can relate in some way if you have tried to put this rule into place. So this rule comes from the CBTI world. Their belief is that when you're struggling with sleep, you're up all night and you're just tossing and turning and can't seem to make yourself sleep because, you can make yourself sleep, right? So they believe that you'll start to associate the bed with struggle and emotions and have trouble sleeping as soon as you lay in bed because you're associating the bed with sleeplessness. When in reality, it's your fear of sleeplessness, not the bed, not the fear of the bed. It's the fear of sleeplessness. As soon as you're starting to go to bed, you're entering your bedroom, you're going to lie down, you either subconsciously or consciously, you notice these thoughts, or you have these thoughts in your head of like, oh, I hope I can sleep tonight. Oh, what if I don't sleep? Am I going to sleep tonight? Am I tired enough? How am I going to get through tomorrow if I don't sleep? Like all these different crazy thoughts going through your head, which are only raising your stress levels. They're raising your hyperarousal levels, and they're going to make it more difficult to sleep. As soon as you have these thoughts, you're triggering to the brain that there's a threat out there. You see, when you have insomnia, when you are fearing that sleeplessness, when you are trying to escape sleeplessness, whether it be taking supplements or pills or meditation or anything that you do in the middle of the night or when you go to bed to try to make yourself sleep, your brain thinks you're trying to escape something, it notices that you're fearing something, and both of those actions, they cause your brain to think there's a threat out there. Now, yes, your brain is confused. It doesn't understand that there's not a real physical threat out there. All it sees is that fear and the attempt to escape that sleeplessness and try to avoid it as much as possible. And then your fight or flight system is activated, your adrenaline is up, your hyperarousal levels are up, and you are wide awake. Poof! Now, as this continues each and every night, trying to escape sleeplessness and fearing it, your brain is thinking that this threat is even bigger than it thought. Every single night, it's like, oh, this threat is really big because you're not able to escape it. You're not able to get away from it. You're still fearing it. The threat is still out there. So your fight or flight system is amplified. Your hyperarousal levels are even higher. Your anxiety is building up. And this just cascades and builds upon itself, and you get yourself stuck in this insomnia cycle. So going back to that belief that you're associating the bed with sleeplessness and all the stress and the struggle, it's going to the bedroom to sleep, your brain is activating that fight or flight system. It's the worry that you're not going to sleep. It's your brain's worried that there is a threat out there. So the best thing to do is to be brave and face that fear. That is the only way you can teach your brain that you are safe. It's about being fearless and being willing to be awake at night. Now, I know when you have insomnia, you do not want to be awake. You're not willing to be awake. You are tired of being awake. I have been there too. I struggled with that too in the beginning, and I totally understand, but you can't force yourself to sleep in that moment. When you're awake at night, there is nothing you can do to stop those worry thoughts, to stop triggering the fight or flight. You can't control your sleep in that moment. And I know sometimes it seems like sleeping pills are working, but in reality they aren't. And that's a whole nother video that I can talk about this topic. I think I already have one on this channel that you can look for. But if you can turn the night away from being something that you fear and try to escape into maybe something that you enjoy while you are awake. Now, I know being awake is not a joyful experience and you don't feel like doing anything, but if you can instead find something that you enjoy doing in the middle of the night to take your mind off the fact that you aren't sleeping. Sure, you know, but if you're focused on the fact that you're not sleeping and you're stressed about it and you're worried and all your thoughts are going crazy, it's going to keep those hyperarousal levels up. But if you can instead find something that you enjoy doing, it'll take your mind off the fact that you aren't sleeping and do something you enjoy. That is how you teach your brain that you are safe. You have to show the brain that you are safe. And you don't do that. You do the opposite of what you're currently doing. If you're fearing it, you have to be fearless and face your fear. If you're trying to escape with supplements and pills and throw everything at it, you have to let go of all attempts to try to control your sleep. You can't make yourself sleep. You can't control it. The best thing you can do is to let go, surrender to the fact that you are awake, and if you have to be awake anyway, you might as well turn it into a positive experience. So I'm curious, if you had the option of being in bed or leaving the bedroom to go sit on the couch or wherever else to spend your time if you are awake at night, which one do you prefer if you had the option and neither one is going to affect when you fall back to sleep? Like, that rule is out the window. I want you to comment below because I am curious. So the next myth, you're gonna think I'm absolutely crazy. And that myth is getting off your electronics before bed. What do they say? Like a half an hour or 2 hours before bed, you're supposed to get off your electronics. Guess what? This insomnia coach does not. So the thing is, when you get out of bed, you're supposed to get out of bed. When you go to bed, you're supposed to stay off your electronics or before bed. You're supposed to not do anything stimulating. Same with if you wake up in the middle of the night. You're not supposed to go on electronics. You're not supposed to watch a TV, or you're not even supposed to watch a TV show. You're not supposed to read anything like really stimulating or do anything like that. And I'm here to throw that out the window. And here is why. So yes, for a quote unquote normal sleeper, someone without insomnia, it is a good idea. I don't follow it because I love falling asleep to watching a show. But yes, it is a good idea because that blue light or doing anything stimulating, even if it's off your electronics, can delay when you go to sleep. Yes, this is absolutely true. I totally agree with this. But when you have insomnia, if you're up all night and you're not doing something that you enjoy, you are going to be stressed, you're going to be worried, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to feel all these emotions which are making your hyperarousal heightened, your stress levels are up, and it's going to delay your sleep. Now, if you're doing something stimulating or watching a show that's stimulating or on your blue light or on your electronics, getting that blue light, and you're taking your mind off insomnia, you're doing something that you enjoy and showing your brain that you are safe, you are going to get more sleep. That's what's going to lead to more sleep. Yes, your sleep will be a little delayed from the blue light or the stimulating activity, but it's gonna more than make up for it as you teach your brain that you are safe. I don't know about you, but I much rather watch a show on my iPad, which I do every single night. Mind you, I do wear blue light blocking glasses, and you can do that. You can wear those. Side note, just make sure it blocks out as much blue light as possible. They're not all the same. If you see those clear lens blue light blocking glasses that claim to block it doesn't block enough. So you can absolutely make that decision for yourself. If it is something that you would really enjoy doing, then I say go for it. Yes, I'm a sleep coach and I'm promoting electronics before bed, but I say go for it. If whatever you enjoy doing, even if it's enjoying a relaxing book or things like that, then do that too. Do it out of what you enjoy and not out as an effort to try to make yourself fall asleep faster, because that's only going to keep you stuck. Now, if you're curious about what is keeping you stuck and from overcoming insomnia, I recommend you click the link in my description for my free 5-step guide on overcoming insomnia. It's absolutely free and it gives you a guideline to figure out what is keeping you stuck and steps to move forward in your recovery. You'll learn a lot about your insomnia, what is keeping you stuck, specifically for you and not just a general guideline. So definitely click the link in my description, download it, and feel free to come back and let me know if you enjoyed it or not, if you found it helpful. The next myth that you might be believing that is keeping you stuck with insomnia is that you have tried absolutely everything and therefore you have to take sleeping pills. That's the only thing left. There's nothing else to try. You'll never be able to overcome insomnia. You're gonna be on sleeping pills forever. I know when I had insomnia, I absolutely had this belief because I tried what I thought was everything. I went to Chinese medicine doctors. I went to regular doctor specialists. I saw all sorts of alternative medicine practitioners. I saw every type of doctor, specialist, and professional that I could because I was desperate. I would try pill after pill, supplement after supplement, technique after technique, and it was exhausting just trying to find that one magical thing that was gonna work for me. And here's the thing. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of confusion around insomnia and how to overcome it. And I had no idea that all these attempts to try to escape insomnia and trying everything was what was keeping me stuck. And I felt like the only option was sleeping pills. And then every time I tried sleeping pills, they wouldn't work. So it was really frustrating. And I get it. I totally understand. So for some people, it may work. It's not really making you sleep, but it's too much to explain in this one little teeny section of this video. But it may seem like it's working, and if it does, it only works temporarily. But the big issue is it's not going after the root cause of your insomnia. It's like a Band-Aid quick fix that doesn't really work, and then your insomnia can easily creep back. You can easily have nights of bad sleep. You still have that fear there, and you're never really addressing the root cause. So you're not really overcoming your insomnia. I just want to give you that hope and let you know that it is possible because I have been there. I had insomnia for almost 30 years. I used to sleep every other day, sometimes every 2 to 3 days for just 3 or 4 hours. It was a long time. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience, but I got through it. I was at the point where I was doing sleeping pills. I was doing shots of tequila to try to make myself sleep because that's how desperate I was. I thought there was nothing else I could do since no doctor, specialist, alternative medicine person could help me. So I just want to give you that hope and let you know that there is more out there besides sleeping pills. You have to go after the root cause. So now that you know 3 ways that you could be keeping yourself stuck in that insomnia cycle, your next steps is to go watch this video where I break down one big mistake that I made when I had insomnia that kept me stuck. Or you may enjoy this video. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.